I got a chance to help Joey, I would help him, and more so with the old RG of mine quite a few times. But one of the stories that comes to light was in 1980, Isle of Man TT, the classic. Joey was not in great form because unfortunately we had lost Mervyn Robertson at the northwest, and he's standing outside Norman Dunn's looking over the wall down to where the garages were, and I wandered over and I says, "What are you thinking about?" He says, "I'm thinking about this big race." He says, "I'd love to win this, love to win it for Mervyn." He says. I said, "Well, number one, Joey," I says, "it's going to be quite a hard race to win." I says, "Honda have got the very latest quick filling equipment for Haslam and Grant." I says, "They'll be in and out of the pits in probably 10 to 12 seconds. I says, "If you have no equipment, nothing." He says, "Well," he says to me, "Didn't you use a big tank here the other year at the Manx?" I said, "I did with Ronnie Russell," and I said, "We were winning the race until it broke the gearbox in the last lap." I said, "Have you a tank?" He says, "No." And he says, "Well, what's this?" I said, "Well, the benefit is this. You're going to have to carry about 7 gallons of fuel. Take it easy on the first lap, but then you've got a flying lap. Come in the third. It'll take over a minute to fill it." I said, "It'll feel long sitting on the bike, but I said, once you get it filled, then you've got 2 flying laps. That's giving you 3 flying laps in the whole race." I said, "It can win the race." "Right," he says, "I'm going to go for that." Then with no tank, we're going to get a tank. So I found out Sam McClements had a spare tank, so Joey goes and borrows it off him. I says, "Don't tell him now what we're going to do with it." So Joey landed back with the tank, and I took it down to Crosby, Kieran Kenny. There's a body shop that done the one for me the year before and told the guy what I wanted. 2 inches set into it. Tank was ready the next day. I went down, took up to my guys and measured it, and it did hold the right amount of fuel, no leaks. I took it back to Joey and I said, "Look, put that away until Saturday of the race, let anybody see it." So I thought he was going to take it and paint it up and all, dig it up whenever the bike came out on the line. Joey just had the tank on it as it was welded, with the 2 shell stickers stuck on it right enough. But the race started, and off he went, and I was standing in the pits. Of course, the Honda crew were ready for the pit stops. Joey comes gliding down the road, well, say gliding, flying, and they announced over the commentary, "Joey's due in for his pit stop," and Joey's coming down the Glencothy Road. "Joey's missed his pit stop, he's going through." And the whole big buzz happened here. But then they caught on. With the speed Joey went through it, he wasn't for stopping. So I stood back and said, "No," but Barry Simmons had got the Honda's fueled out, and Barry Simmons was standing glaring at me, and Barry knew right away what the game was. It was the one pit stop. So what happened was, unfortunately, whenever they put the front strap on, they had to stretch it to reach the tank bin higher. It broke, and the rumours were all going about Joey won the race by holding the tank on with his knees, but it wasn't. The tank was moving up and down in the frame, but Joey was in the 3rd lap anyway for the long pit stop. Lucky enough, the scrutineers didn't spot that the retainer strap was broke, but they fueled the bike and out went Joey, and Mick Grant took the lead, I think briefly, because it was over a minute to fuel the bike. Mick took the lead just briefly, and then Joey was back in front, and the rest is history. Went on to win the race. And then I don't know what happened to the tank afterwards. I never took it back to Sam McClements, but the tank was more or less scrapped. It was done for, it was cut for one reason, for that, to win that race, and it won it.